What's up, machine freaks? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I'm not quite entirely sure what's going to get accomplished in this video, but what I do know is we have a project. Remember yesterday when I got my new tires put on my new rims? It gives it a totally different look, doesn't it?
Looks pretty sexy to me.
Well, what you guys didn't see was a deal was made. The deal was this. Well, not that. That. This is a lawnmower deck. This is a key fob. This doesn't work for my door, but it does work for my... It's called a bed locker. So no, this wasn't a sketchy deal. This wasn't like a Breaking Bad deal. No, it was nothing like that. The deal was they would go ahead and put my wheels on my tires, and in exchange, I would go ahead and repair this deck. So the deck, as you can see, is shot. There should be a spindle. It's called a spindle assembly. It's this thing right here. There's supposed to be 3 of them. There's 1, there's 2, but the 3rd one broke right off. And it also has a hole there. The guy I made my deal with even offered to put my new wheels on, all 4. But I told him he didn't have to do that. So now all of you guys can see what exactly we are working on today. It should be fun. When is it not fun? Before I go ahead and work on this, I want to explain something, and I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the barter system. It's a little warm. Now, for some reason, in America, we were told that we have to move money instead of like trading and stuff. I like the thought of supporting an actual family, not a huge corporation that have chairmans, executive. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying I don't support them, but I really appreciate people that build something out of themselves, and to take the pride to go ahead and compete with these large commercial companies and these public traded companies. But I really like the small town businesses because they understand. They're actual people. They can negotiate. For example, when you go to a large grocery shop like Tops, I like Tops, I prefer Tops, or Wegmans or anything like that. But when you go there, the price that's on the sticker is what you pay. And the only other thing that you can give them besides money is coupons or a gift card. But in theory, it's the same thing. It's still money. Small businesses, such as that tire shop, like I just made an appointment expecting to pay them money, but the manager, or whatever he is, knows me. So he asked me if I could fix that lawnmower deck, or if I had a lawnmower deck. These are my kind of neighbors. They're off-roading in their yard. That's my style. This is what I have. This is a 44-inch deck. His is a 42-inch deck. I was thinking, oh, perfect, this will line right up, until I looked over here. It's got the exact same problem his did, but my middle one's in good shape. So I have a plan. He originally wanted the entire deck to be replaced. He understood if I could fix it, then that's all he really needs, right? I know I have to mow my yard. I had to come all the way back to get you guys. This is the heaviest 44-inch deck I've ever touched in my life. He's even gonna get a pulley out of it. Oh my goodness, look at all the baby spiders. Look at them all. You guys better get out of there. I'm gonna get a grinder out soon. Now this whole thing is gonna be a little bit tricky and difficult. And it's not just gonna be tricky or difficult because I almost killed myself by, you just saw it. how I can cut a square here, because that's what I want to do. I want to cut a square here and somehow cut a square there and have this pulley end up where it's supposed to be. I guess we'll remove this to begin with. So I got the shape all cut out here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grind this all up so that I can put a nice clean weld on it. Now we gotta grind this piece up. Here goes nothing. Well, before nothing goes on, I went ahead and put a sweatshirt on. That's something I really appreciate about fall. During the summer, it sucks wearing a sweatshirt when you do stuff like this. Now that it's fall, it's getting beautiful. Perfect work weather. Absolutely perfect work weather. Tack it and go from there. So when you're working with stuff like this, don't breathe this stuff in. Try to put yourself in the position where the wind is blowing away from you. Welding is a dirty thing. You know how they call a dirt bike because, well, you get it. They should call welding like sooting or something along those lines. And yes, I'm just gonna weld and film it. Before I never wanted to, but we're gonna do it. Okay, here's a little trick for you guys. Well, actually, some people might hate it. You see how there's a gap right here? We're gonna go ahead and take this rod and throw that right in there and weld that together. When you weld something like this up, one, don't try to go for perfection. When something comes in this rusty and crusty, you can't expect perfection at all. Saying that, there are a lot of spots that I'm proud of, and there are a couple spots that I'm not so proud of. But what matters is the job is done and my welds are gonna hold. Now that's a decent stick weld for something like this. I went ahead and welded a washer because there was a big hole there. You guys saw it. So I welded a washer there so that this would stay a lot more centered. And now the belt rides it very nice. Got that hole all closed up. That's really ugly, but that'll really hold. I even had to bust out this Lincoln.